Okay, so anyone that's ever visited Italy, either in the north, the middle regions, or the south, there's one thing that becomes very obvious, and that is wine is pretty important here. In fact, it dates back over 4,000 years when the ancient Greeks called it Enotria, or the land of wine. And if you're a wine lover like me and you're absolutely fascinated by all the things that make wine so interesting, and you're interested in where you can find a hidden stash of some of the most coveted, rare, and even forgotten bottles of Italian wine, then you're going to love an amazing discovery that we made in just a little unknown room in Sorrento, Italy. Now, I know, a lot of people visit Sorrento, and if you've never been, it's definitely worth the visit. The cool nighttime alleyways, the shops, and some of the best food varieties anywhere. And really, it's probably one of the coolest places to just walk the streets and explore. You never know what you're going to discover. For example, we met a family that have been restaurant owners in the area for over 60 years. And when you're in the hub of some of the world's best food, you're going to want to offer some of the very best wines. And thus begins the story of the hidden room. So it all started decades ago, almost 60 years ago, with a man named Antonio Esposito. He was a local with a deep love for wine, not just drinking it, but understanding it. He traveled all across Italy in his tiny Fiat, visiting vineyards, talking to winemakers, and collecting bottles that spoke to him. Not just the flashy ones, just the soulful ones that he personally found to be amazing. And by the 1970s, Antonio had filled his modest cellar with wines from every corner of Italy. Barolos from Piedmont, Nerello Mascalese from the slopes of Mount Etna, and obscure varietals even most sommeliers had never even heard of. He wasn't building a business, he was building a legacy. And now much of his collection is just being discovered in the little unknown room where it all began. And today, that legacy lives on through his family and his grandson, Antonio, who we met just outside their family restaurant in Sorrento.
This is crazy with all the people here. There's more people here than anywhere else on the Amalfi Coast, Sorrento Coast, and people are just starting to figure out, they're just starting to discover what's happening up in that room up there.
There is a little room, it's our wine boutique.
It's a wine boutique.
Yes, it's a little wine room in which there is a little part of our selections in wines.
And this just isn't any selection. This is starting to get known worldwide just in a little room above this building. Let's go take a look at it. Is it okay if you take me up there?
Yes.
All right. Wow, this is amazing. This kind of looks like a storage room. A storage room, like an attic full of wines. And where are all these from?
I mean, we only have Italian wine. This is just a little part of our selection. Actually, we have a selection of 4,000 labels. Plus we have, for example, there all the selection of the Italian Pinot Noir. We have all the Barolo, the Nebbiolo.
Yeah, I was going to say, tell me about this layout, because this stuff is just slammed in here. It doesn't look like a typical wine cellar.
We are not a typical wine cellar. Here you find wines like I know more or less where everything is. Your personal cave. This is how we feel it.
Personal cave. Yes, it's like I don't feel afraid to grab a bottle here. This looks like fun when you're up in this room. The sparkling wines, where's that?
Our sparkling wine is in the room here to your right.
Let's go look. What is all this? Again, you have this laid out like a really cool attic with all of these sparklings, right?
We have wines from all over the regions, and there are all the varieties, the rosé, the zero dosage, the satin.
Just crazy. Okay, I gotta ask you, where does somebody go to find out more information about where to order wine from this hidden room?
In our room, we rely to our e-commerce store. The kind of wine, the grape, and everything is online in our store.
Perfect. From anywhere around the world, they can order from this room.
We ship nearly everywhere.
What an amazing place! What an amazing family you have. Thanks for having us.
Grazie.
Let's look around at some wines here. These are nice, and these are all from different regions from all over Italy.
So there you have it. A great little storehouse of wine from a man that started searching and collecting them over 60 years ago. And yeah, it's just another example of the many really cool things that you might discover in Italy.